So, I just put the last part of what gang stalking is together. My negative self talk, the talk where I am mad about myself. I somehow, well, because of gang stalking, I was not talking to myself when I was speaking negatively of myself. I was having those thoughts as if someone was talking negatively to me, so I ignored them. That is exactly what led to the entire thing of gang stalking, to the entire thing of perception, of manipulation. I was perceiving my negative self-talk as someone else antagonizing me, as everyone talking about me instead of me talking to myself negatively. I feel happy because I it makes sense now. Now I actually feel like I am in my own head and I am not interpreting my negative self-talk as someone else talking to me or talking shit about me. Negative self-talk is crucial because even though it's negative self-talk, it's positive because it's propelling you into pushing yourself into doing something great, into reaching a goal, into moving forward. Negative self-talk is in itself is not something bad. It is pretty much you yourself telling what it is that you are doing that you don't like, that your spirit doesn't want you to be doing. That's exactly why it feels like gang stalking is a manipulation of the spirit. Because the spirit is what guides you through life. It is what is telling you, hey, you shouldn't be doing that or you should be doing this. And antagonizing one's spirit is the one thing that will fuck you up the most. It is going to lead you astray more than anything else. Because you are not intaking or you are not taking in any of the guidance that your own spirit wants to tell you. Antagonizing your spirit is literally antagonizing your best self. And anyone who is getting gang stalked should understand that. The moment you start antagonizing, the moment that you start antagonizing your own thoughts is when gang stalking has been successful. Antagonizing your own spirit is the entire purpose of gang stalking. Assuming that everyone is talking shit about you instead of your own spirit is antagonizing. Wait. Assuming that everyone is talking shit about you instead of assuming that it is your own negative self-talk is a mistake that most people that get gang stalked make. And that is because people are busy taking care of their own lives. They don't have time to continuously think about you or to have you in their own in their minds continuously. It is only your spirit that has you in your own that has you in its own mind continuously. And your own spirit is you. It is the part of you that is literally telling you you shouldn't be doing this, you shouldn't be doing that, you should be working, you should be doing that. That is the spirit. The spirit is the negative aspects of you. However, there's times where your spirit is gonna talk shit to you because it wants you to fix what's not in accordance with what you're supposed to be doing. If you're supposed to be working hard, and all of a sudden you just have a thought, you fat pig, or whatever. It is not because anyone is telling you that. It is because that is your spirit telling you that your own spirit is making you feel like a fat pig because you are not reaching your goals. Guilt, shame, all of that is part of your spirit. And that is the biggest conclusion in gang stuff. Is that all the adventures that I had were literally misinterpretations of my own negative self-talk. I was manipulated into antagonizing my own negative self-talk and believe that it was actually other people trying to put me down. That is what gang stalking is. It is confusing you. It is confusing your conscious mind to believe that your spirit is talking shit to you. But the spirit is actually is people that hate you. In reality, is that the hate is not coming from anyone but yourself. And that perception of hate is real. But it is hate that you have misinterpreted. Well, that I have misinterpreted. And the thing is that negative self-talk is important, is crucial. Because if these past years, I have spent so much time trying to avoid this negative self-talk because I didn't know where it was coming from. And your negative self-talk is exactly what keeps you in your right place in life where you should put. It keeps you aligned with what you are supposed to be doing. So, if you're getting gang stalked, just understand this concept that negative self-talk is part of you. And that if you know that you're getting gang stalked, this is going to be the hardest concept to actually get a grasp of. It took me 7 years to understand this. And just until now that I've had like 2 weeks of just laying in bed and trying to understand exactly what has been happening to me. I even antagonized my mom. The one person whom I know, now I know that she is the one person that has always had my best interest in mind, no matter what. Always. And I even dared to antagonize my mom and to even assume that she had something to do with this group of people that were trying to make sure that I turned to nothing. But I can see how it can easily be interpreted that negative self-talk can be it can destroy your ego. But that is if you feel that negative self-talk is coming from someone else and that its intention is to put you down, then yeah, of course one is gonna misinterpret it like that. Anyone would. But that is the biggest secret of gang stalking. Is that all the voices and the voices that I had in my head, all the other criticisms were my own. But somehow my thoughts were turned inside out. Gang stalking itself was the one gang stalking itself was the one thought, was the one thing that kept my addiction going. And the fact that I now understand the negative self-talk, I am able to disregard that thought. It doesn't live in my head again. It's in there somewhere, but I'm not retrieving that thought anymore. Because the truth was that I was misinterpreting the thought, that when every time I try to think I do not want to do, I don't even want to say its name, or I don't want to use drugs again or whatever. It turned into the opposite. That thought was actually telling me, you love using. And that is, whoever was supposed to do this for me, they got me good. Whoever it was, it was successful. However, I know that I'm much stronger than that, and I know that I'm gonna come out of this one. But I must admit that I am scared of the amount of work that it's gonna take to get out of this one. I don't want to stay here living with my mom. I feel like I feel temporal defeat. And that's okay. Because it means that I have learned something. And the fact that I understand the whole concept that my negative self-talk was the most precious thing that I had. And that evading it led me to turn into a disaster. Listening to it and understanding what it means and taking action because of it tells me that I can be as successful as I want to, as long as I get myself to work. As long as I get my ass to work as fast as possible. And that's it, guys. So, gang stalking is real. There are many concepts that come with gang stalking, but the primordial concept, it is that your negative self-talk is made to feel like if it's coming from other people. And you're gonna spend those days attributing those negative thoughts that you have about yourself to other people. Oh, you're gonna start thinking, they're doing this, they want me to do this, they want me to do that. Like if you feel like, oh, I want to do drugs, you're gonna have the thought, they want me to do drugs. And then guess what? If you're having the thought, they want me to do drugs, guess who's named they in your mind, in your mind? Your subconscious mind. Your subconscious mind is tied to they. They are. That's who you're talking to. That's it. Finally. This has been a crazy adventure, let me tell you. But that in itself, that's the truth, guys. That's it. Thank you for watching. Bye.